So what I'm going to do again, guys, just to give you guys sort of an overview of what I'm going to do, I want to go over the system really quickly. I want to let you guys know, who it's for and who it's not for, what it can do, and what it's man, there's really nothing it can't do. It's so nice. But that being said, it may or not be for everybody. I think, for what I'm doing and how I like to build and for building a long-term stable business. It really, really, really is a very nice tool to have because I'll go through it as we go, but it allows you to build like an actual, not just like, I'm promoting this income stream, I'm promoting that income stream, or I'm promoting this or that. It's like I'm building a real business on a platform that allows me to kind of, stabilize, my income with all of these different things that my team needs anyway. And so it's really, really, really cool in that regard. And so I will go over that stuff. And then again, we'll take some questions and answers at the end. If you guys are asking questions in the chat, I probably won't see it. So just hold your questions till the end and I'll definitely get to them. If you've got a question and you've got to go and you don't have time or whatever, do me a favor and pop it in the Telegram chat because that's what I'm going to be watching as we go here, and I'll make sure that it gets answered. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen here. And are you guys? Can you just give me a wave if you guys are seeing my screen? It should see the very cool, very cool. So this is the multiple income funnel, and really the name says a lot of what it is and what it does. The reason why I really liked it is as we've been building Live Good at this point, we've had a really nice funnel that actually it converts pretty well. But it limits us in what we can do from a marketing standpoint. Because if and a lot of us do, if you want to go out there and you want to do any sort of paid marketing or place ads or buy traffic or do media buys or just build your list in a different way, it's really, really hard to do that leading into Live Good because there isn't enough money on the front to be able to support you going out there and actually building your business through paid marketing or media buys or ads and that sort of thing. You just can't really sustain it, and most people can't go consistently backwards in their business for months in order to see the profit. Now Live Good, I fully believe, is going to be here 10 or 20 years, paying all of us who stick around, for sure. It's a long-term generational wealth building type thing. And most of us, if we're here right now, we got in, pretty early. Those of us who have been here since sort of the beginning of this team have been here. Liquid was about 30,000 people, maybe somewhere between like 28 and 32,000 or something like that. And now, we're a million plus. And so it doesn't matter if you got here yesterday or you've been here since last February. We are in a really, really good spot to build a really strong, stable, residual, what they used to call mailbox money type business, where it just pays you, month after month after month after month after month, just because of you've been there long enough. And so that's where we're at. But what I really wanted to do is have something in place where we could really build fast, but also build a real, like, stable, long-term business on the front and back end of that. And I'll kind of talk about that as we go. But what we were doing initially is fine, and you can build massive teams without paid marketing, without ads, without media buys, and all that sort of stuff. But it does take a lot longer, and it is a little bit more challenging to, build, something fast. And what happens when you're not building fast is most people just don't have the patience to build slow. And the other side of that is when you're building slow and you're going out there in the marketplace and you're excited about Live Good, and people are asking you, how is business going for you, and are you growing, is your team growing, and all this sort of stuff. it's kind of difficult to say, well, I'm placing a lot, I'm doing a lot of videos and I'm doing all this, I'm reaching out to people online and, things are going great. But at the same time, if you can't demonstrate that you've got something that is working, people want to plug into a business and a business model because they want to see results. And, I don't blame people. I'm one of those people, right? And so what we were doing before is awesome. It's an awesome funnel. It converts really, really well. Once you've got people paying attention to you already, but what do you do when you run out of your current network? What do you do when you're trying to build a new network and you want to build something with some speed? You need a more systematic approach to building, and you need something that can actually provide for you returns relatively quickly, so that you can sustain your marketing and your ad spend and your traffic buys and all that sort of stuff. And how I've built the business really for 20 years is I don't do a whole lot of like free marketing in general. I don't have the patience for it. And so, that's why I'm always looking, for myself, how can I speed up my business? How can I build a business in a way that allows me to, build my business and actually have some freedom? Because to me, if I am, what quote unquote grinding away, like, some people say you should do, or, kind of slaving away at your business all day, if you're coming home from your first job and you've got a second job for the next 6 hours, making posts and videos and all this sort of stuff, and that stuff's taking months and weeks and forever to, gain any traction, it's really, really easy to lose your, steam for yourself. But it's also hard to go out there in the marketplace with any excitement and say, man, what I'm doing really, really works. And so anyway, for those reasons, really that's why I put together originally, part of why I put together the team site is so that we could plug in, that we could have, a funnel to send people to, but we could also have, like traffic and stuff like that. The issue that, again, that we were running into is that we can run traffic to that all day long. But even when we are getting paid members into LiveGood, when you're getting that initial payment and then everything else kind of builds a little bit more slowly, because a business like LiveGood, and we've seen people do 50, 60, 70, 80, $100,000 a month in LiveGood inside of a year. So it's not like it isn't possible. But for most people, that's not going to happen. What you're going to do is you're going to build your business a little bit more slowly, but it is going to build. But if we can systematize how we build as a team, even if we're putting in a few people, each of us putting in a few people every week or every month or whatever, our business now scales, and it's totally independent of us, and we can build what I call exponential income, where we've got income that actually grows in our absence. And so Live Good is sort of, to me, I see it as like this back end exponential income to my business that grows and scales and pays me without any like effort on my part. I've got thousands of people out there in the marketplace who are building my business at any moment. But as we're getting there, how do we build a profitable business? And it just comes down to the principles of building an actual business. You've got to have something that can, provide for you on the front end while you're building that, back end exponential income. And if you can plug into something on the front end that is a residual income, now what we're doing is we're not just building something and creating like one-time sales, we're giving ourselves a raise like every day. So for example, if I go out there today and make two sales, or Bob goes out there today and makes two sales, or Karen or Vashti or whoever goes out there and makes two sales, it's not that you just made two sales, it's that you gave yourself two different raises that day, because you are plugging into a residual income model. You're stacking what you're making on top of the last one. So if I was making $20 a month before and I got a new customer, well, now I'm making $40 a month, and then I'm making $60 a month, and 80 and 100 and 1,000. And so now you're giving yourself a raise every day, instead of just trying to acquire a customer or a team member or whatever. And then, if we can do that and then plug people into this, what I call exponential income model, now we've got the front end, we've stabilized our business by giving ourselves a raise a day with that residual income, right? The residual means that it's going to keep coming in month after month after month. And now we've got the stable front end. And now on the back, we can build Live Good and, as you'll see, whatever else we want to with a little bit more excitement, with a little bit more energy, because we're building, one thing that's stabilizing us, but then we've got this thing that we know and sort of in the background is growing and feeding itself based on what we're doing here. And if it doesn't make sense, I hopefully, as we go through this, it will make sense. And, if you want to, what I'll do here is if anyone wants to unmute and things seem confusing and that front end residual and the exponential income part doesn't make sense to you, let me know right now and I'll try to clarify that, but I definitely will clarify it more as we go. So I'll give it like 10 seconds if somebody wants to pop out and ask any questions real quick. All right. You guys are just a bunch of smart people. We can go, right? No, very cool. What we'll do here is I will walk you guys through the system and sort of explain how, what I just explained, how that works in this system. So, the multiple income funnel, when people come in, it's basically what you're buying up front is a system to house whatever business that you want, actually whatever business is that you want. It's a system that, includes all of the things that you'll need to go out and market, capture pages and sales presentations and, community and team and everybody in the background to do all of the hard, techie, time consuming, expensive stuff for you so that you can go out there and just, basically we've got just a couple of jobs as affiliate marketers. If we're plugging into systems that do things systematically for us, we've got to, number one, we've got to market our business. We've got to get new people to our sites every single day. And that's the thing a lot of people don't understand about building a business is that sometimes people go out and go, well, I got 30 visitors yesterday, and then they don't get another visitor for like 2 weeks. Your business, every day you're not getting a new lead, is dying. And so there's no middle, there's no gray in business, there's no kind of standing still. There's either your business is dying or it's growing. And if you aren't getting a new lead every single day, your business is dying. You need to be building every single day. Doesn't mean you have to make a sale every day, but it does mean you have to be getting leads every single day, which is tough when you are in that free model. We can go out and we can prospect and do that sort of stuff. We've got some great training by Kevin in the back office that shows us how to do that. So we can go out and we can do that every single day. And a lot of us should be doing that. But if we aren't getting new legitimate leads every single day, our business it's actually dying. And so this gives us a way to get new leads interested in what we're doing. And the cool thing about, if you really want to build, I assume that everybody here is building Live Good because they want a business, right? And so a business like Live Good, for the first few years, it's not built really at all by customers. Customers are nice, but the business is going to scale for through 1, 3, maybe up to 5 years by its affiliates. And so those of us who want to build a business are the ones who are going to grow and scale Live Good. And then, maybe year 4 or 5, it's probably going to flatten out just a little bit. But until then, what we're looking for if we want to build a business are people who are interested in building a business. And so what the multiple income funnel gives us is sort of an all-encompassing systematic way for people to build a business and create income relatively, quickly if they plug in. That's a little bit more appealing than building a network marketing company. And so now we can go out there and we've really expanded our marketplace and we're building a business around people who want to build businesses online. Maybe when they understand what we're doing, they're going to want to plug into everything else too, our back end stuff, our exponential income. But we're going to attract way more people on the front end with a business system that is showing people how to create income, basically, right now or relatively quickly. And it's systematic. They don't have to do a lot. They don't have to be techie, right? They don't have to spend a bunch of time setting stuff up, because again, nobody really, the marketplace is people who mostly don't have a ton of time. And so what we're doing with the multiple income funnel is offering them a business platform that does a lot of the stuff that we don't really want to do for us, and we're going to be able to attract an entirely different market. So that's what the system itself allows us to do. And when we go out in the marketplace, what we're selling is that system, the ability to have somebody else build the system for us, and we can plug whatever we want into it. And so that brings us to step two is income streams. And the very cool thing about what Mac has done over the last couple of weeks, multiple income funnel actually launched, I think, a little over 3 years ago. I think just crossed the 3-year mark. And when it first launched, the income streams were set. It was whatever income streams were in the system, you had to use those. And so that's kind of why I didn't, I've been around this platform ever since it launched. But I was never thrilled about, the businesses that were actually on the inside. And so, I just went off and kind of did my own thing. And then, Mac had reached out to, basically everybody in the multiple income funnel a few weeks ago and said, hey, now you can put whatever you want inside of the multiple income funnel. And for me, that was a dream come true, because I know after doing this for 20 years that you need a system in order for not just, if you want to build a freedom business, which I do. I don't want to spend 6-8 hours a day grinding away to, build a business. I'm building a business to have a freedom business. I want to hang out with the people that I love, doing what I love, and serving people, communities, and causes that God puts into my heart at any moment. And so that's what I want my time to do. I don't want my time spent 6-8 hours a week building, a gazillion-dollar business. I don't need to be a billionaire, right? I just want to build a systematic business that gives me all of the income that I need to go out and be free and do the things that I want to do, with my life, which I think is a lot of us actually. Most of us don't want to build, billion-dollar businesses. And if you do, you're probably not even looking at something like, multiple income funnel, or you're very, very early in the stages of, being an entrepreneur, right? And so anyway, it allowed me to put whatever I wanted in the system. I was like, wow, this is exactly what I want. And I was, getting ready to kind of build something a little bit more like this. We've got our team site for LiveGood, but it's just primarily for LiveGood. But what I really wanted to do is something like exactly like Mac is doing here, where we can go out again and attract an entirely broader market where we've got lots and lots of people who want to build businesses and create income online. And then we can plug them into the other stuff if that's something that they want to. But even if they don't want to, we can create a highly stable, not just a stable, a really, really great income. Just what I'm doing here in the last 2 weeks, and we've got some other members that I'll bring out here in a little bit. Just what we're doing here in the last 2 weeks is more than a stable business. It's more than, a lot of people are doing, working all day long, being gone from their families and their home and everything. Not even including, the exponential income that we plugged in, like LiveGood. And so, again, step one was to, it's the system. Step two is income streams. And I'll show you this second screen here. This is what, you see in the back office. You can put income stream number one is always going to be the multiple income funnel, right? That's the system that allows people to build whatever they want to build, right? And I hope that makes sense. The multiple income funnel is this system that does all the hard work for you, so you can build whatever you want inside of a system that converts a high percentage of members for you. I'm getting these two businesses for me are building every single day, and I'm not promoting them at all. I promote the multiple income funnel. And now when people come in my income streams, obviously the first one here is LiveGood. We've got control over income stream 2 and income stream 3. We can put whatever we want in here. And so, as a LiveGood team, now when we're putting LiveGood here, we've already got people who want to build businesses, who want to create income. And now when they see what we're doing here at LiveGood, they're like, I already have this, residual income coming in because, they're going to be building the multiple income funnel. But now when we go out and we can sort of drive home what LiveGood is in terms of this exponential income, because again, I really want you guys to get this, so I'll explain it again. Residual income is, it's kind of like your phone bill, right? You just pay it month after month after month, and in your phone company, whoever you're signed up with, whether it's Verizon or AT&T or whoever you're signed up with, they don't have to like remarket to you. You're just going to pay that every single month because you need it, right? That's what the multiple income funnel is. It's that residual income that just keeps coming in month after month after month after month, but we can grow it every single day. We can give ourselves a raise every single day. We can give ourselves multiple raises every single day. And that's what a lot of us have been doing already. And we've got that stable income. And now when we plug people into LiveGood, we can sort of come from a different angle. It's like, you've got this residual income, right? But how do you create income when you are not around? How does your business grow when you're not around? Because residual income, it can grow in your absence, but only for so long, right? Eventually you've got to come back and you've got to do some marketing. You've got to, again, like I said, you've got to be getting new leads every day and all this sort of stuff. That's residual income. But exponential income is LiveGood. Exponential income is when you're building a team of people who are out there building a team of people who are out there building a team of people. So you've got thousands of people all over the world at any moment in every time zone building your business for you. You can go on vacation for a week or a month or however long and still have a business that's not just maintaining or stabilizing, a business that's growing. I gave some examples. My wife and I had gone away, a few times, between summer and the end of the year and stuff. And every time we went away, my business grew every time because I've got thousands of people out there in the marketplace who are building their business, and those people are building theirs, and those people are building, right? So that's exponential income. And so, what I've done here inside of my multiple income funnel is plugged in two exponential income streams. And the thing about income stream number 3, I'm not going to talk about that a whole lot because you can do whatever it is you want to do with income stream number 3. If at some point, we decide as a team of people, we really want to just run with like one thing and just like we're doing here with LiveGood, just really blow it out. Imagine having 2 LiveGood businesses providing generational wealth for you. That's what it could be. But again, I want everybody to have the freedom to build whatever they want to build. And so we came in here to build LiveGood. Income stream number 2 is, hopefully for all of us, it's going to be LiveGood. And then for income stream number 3, you can do whatever you want. What I will say though, is that, this income stream number 3, I've been growing faster and more easily since I started using the multiple income funnel. Because what happens is they come in here. A lot of the people who are coming into multiple income funnel with me are my LiveGood team at this point, because that's who I wanted to build this with first. And then, as I'm going out there and doing new marketing, my LiveGood business is going to be building like this income stream number 3. But I got 2 team members in the last, what time is it? It's last like 3-4 hours that I didn't even mention income stream 3 to. So that's the power of this system. You promote the multiple income funnel, LiveGood grows, your income stream number 3 grows without you being even a part of the process. You can accelerate the growth by, jumping in and being a part of the process. If you take the people who come in with you into multiple income funnel and you actually like welcome them in, or even if you just sent a welcome email and a welcome video and all that sort of stuff, you're going to grow, that much more quickly. You can be as in or out of your business as you want to. Again, I build a freedom business, but I also do reach out to anybody who comes into the multiple income funnel and make sure that they're going through each step and getting set up. Okay. So again, multiple income funnels, number one, that's our residual. That's our stabilizing. That's our foundation of our business. The residual is the cool thing about residual is we can figure out, well, what do I need to pay all of my bills every single month and have maybe $1,000 extra, right? So that you're secure, right? With residual income, you can go and say, okay, I'm making this amount for every customer. I need 50 customers or I need 100 customers. And then when I get 100 customers, I know I'm free, right? With a business like LiveGood, it's not so easy to do that math, right? Because it's based on what they do and what they do and what they do and what they do and what they do. We can kind of generalize, but it's not a good foundation to set because you don't really know. You're guessing all the time. And you don't want to be guessing in business. Business is math, and I know math isn't fun for a lot of us, but the math that makes you money is, right. And so if we can have a foundational income stream at the base, where we can say, all right, if we go out and get 50 customers or 100 customers or whatever, that sets us free. And that's going to be different for everybody, right? Some people need $2,000 or $3,000. Some people need $5,000 or $10,000 a month. Everybody's different. But now we can go and we can do the math. We can say, all right, we're getting this much per month. I need this many customers to have a solid foundation. And then again, the other income streams are these exponential income streams that just they take care of us for generations, and they build in our absence and all that sort of stuff. So that's how it works, right? And the more involved you are with your customers on the front end and getting them plugged into number two and number three, the system automatically takes them through. You guys, if you've been through it, you've seen it in action, right? You came in, you joined, you watched video one, you went to video two, you went to video three. Maybe probably most of you are probably already in LiveGood. Maybe some of you are new here. And if you're new to our LiveGood team, welcome. We love you and appreciate you. But number three may have been a totally new income stream for you. And some of you went through the process and now you're in 3 income streams, right? And then the fourth income stream, and this one is really, really critical and actually really, really cool. And it makes it an all-inclusive system. I was talking to, I think I've talked about this with Bob, and I know Gregory Napier and I had some conversation about it. It's like having a franchise style business where you can come in and instead of having to like build a restaurant from the ground up, right? You need all of the supplies and the building and the permits, and then you need all of the whatever you need to build the kitchen and the places for people to sit and like 1,000 different things, right? And then you need the food and the menu and all that sort of stuff. Everything is here in one place for us, from capture page to sales pages to marketing materials to, again, a community and customer support that supports our customers amazingly well. And I'll talk about that here in a little bit. But we also have this really amazing traffic source built in where it's like when you click on to set up number 4 income stream, not only are you building your income by getting traffic, you're building your income as your team gets traffic, because there's a multi-level effect to the traffic as well. And so I'm not going to go over, a lot of the details on that, but basically, if I'm Bob's sponsor into, Traffic Authority, for example, and Bob gets traffic, for Bob's first 6 sales, we split that commission 50-50. After the first 6 sales, until infinity, I actually get 80% of the commission now. Or, Bob would get, let's say Bob goes out and makes 6 sales, right? We'll split it 50-50. After his 6th sale, he'll get 80% of the commission to infinity. So, it gives us a reason to kind of have this synergistic working environment where, Bob and I always kind of want to work together because our business is shared, right? Now, every time Bob goes out and, he gets a traffic customer, at minimum, I'm getting 20% of that sale, and I didn't have to do that, right? And so, over the last couple of years, what I've really, really, really learned is if you don't have team income, it's a lot harder and a lot less fun to build a business. I did it for a few years. I built exclusively team-based businesses from like 2000 and the end of 2004 until like, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago. And then for 3 or 4 years, I was just, doing kind of my own thing and building systems and all this sort of stuff where it was always dependent on me. And it can be profitable, but wow, that's not a freedom business. When you can't step away from your business without taking a pay cut, that's not a real business. Even Warren Buffett says if you can't find a way to make money in your sleep, then you're going to work until you die. And that's basically true. And none of us want to do that, right? We're building business because we want a freedom business. That's why I called, this community the Freedom Builders. It wasn't, some sort of accident that we're called that. It was very intentional, very on purpose, because what I would love to build for, myself and everyone involved is freedom. And what you want to do with that freedom that's up to you. I want to do the things that I want to do with mine. I don't know what you want to do with your freedom, but I know at the end of the day, we don't want to be like Scrooge McDuck and have this room where we're just swimming in a bunch of coins all day, right? We want to have income so that we have the freedom to go out and do the things we want to do in the world with the people that we want to do them with. And we want to have location freedom and personal freedom and time freedom and all that sort of stuff. And so that's what this system allows us to do. And everything is here in one place. We don't have to go anywhere. And the other thing is that because we can build an additional income stream on top of LiveGood, listen, most of us are building more or attempting to build more than one thing. And I always tell people, unless you are plugging into a system like we have right now, building more than one business at a time is almost always like failure city. Because if you can't build one thing, you're not going to be able to build two, and you're not going to be able to build three, right? We're building 4 things at least with one link here. We can just build the multiple income funnel, and we are building the multiple income funnel, our residual. Remember that stabilizing income stream? We're building LiveGood. We're building whatever other business that we want to. And again, I've been getting sales every single day in these other income streams. And we are building that traffic income stream. But the traffic is cool because, what I was getting to before I got a little bit distracted with my freedom rant is that with the traffic, it's building your business in a couple of ways, right? The traffic, when you plug into it, is really good traffic, and it's going to build your list, and your list will eventually build your business, right? And your list will sustain you, over forever, right? So the thing that we don't want to get stuck on is like building like one business and never really building our list, because what happens when something happens to a business? You never really know what's going to happen. Which brings me to another reason why I really like the multiple income funnel is that what happens if something happens to LiveGood? And we invested everything into it, all of our time, all of our money, all of our energy, all of our effort, and something happened. FTC came in and said, this person was promoting it wrong, and we're shutting the whole thing down. This stuff happens in this industry all the time. But now, because we're building in a way we're building basically our own community of people who are interested in building business, if something happens, now we can say, don't worry about it, team. We've got the multiple income funnel, which is just a system. Let's transition. We'll transition, we'll plug this in, or even if we've got nothing to plug in for a little bit, we'll be okay because we've been building our list and we've been building our income with the multiple income funnel. And so for so many reasons, this thing is super, super cool. And that's kind of how it works, right? People come into the multiple income funnel, they go through the setup process, they get income stream number two, which is live good. They get income stream number three, which is whatever you want. They get income stream number four, which is traffic, which pays you because they got the income stream, but even more if they go out and they buy traffic and they start building their business, because now you're in this where you're splitting those commissions like I talked about on the traffic, which is it's amazing. I've been getting traffic commissions on a daily basis, and those will continue to grow, as my business grows, and that will be for you too. So it's like it's cool because you know that your teammates' business is building. You know that your Live Good business is building because you're getting a new fresh set of leads, every single day. But you're also building this income stream with your, business partner. We are business partners. This isn't just me and it's just me alone. It's not just Bob alone. It's not just Basti alone or LJ or Mickey or Anya. It's all of us are building this thing now synergistically together because maybe we don't all benefit from each other's multiple income funnel, but we all benefit from each other's live good, right? Which is going to grow bigger and faster, as more of us plug in and actually use the system and get the traffic and start being consistent and all that sort of stuff. This is going to scale our business with some speed, right? Because if we go back to what I was talking about in the beginning, where we're building slow and we're building kind of freely and all that sort of stuff, which is fine and it works, but in my opinion, that stuff should be done in addition to getting right now leads. If you don't have the addition to get right now leads, everybody's business slows. So if I've got a business of 1,000 people who are all building slowly, my business is building slowly. It doesn't matter how I've got to pour 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000 people by myself into a business, or you've got to pour 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000 people by yourself if everybody's building slowly. But now, if we're all building quickly together and then supplementing with all of the extra free stuff as we have time, now we can really scale a business. And as we go along here, as we get more invested into using, systems and stuff to build Live Good, I'm going to show you guys how to go out there and do your paid traffic and your paid marketing and your ads and media buys and lots of different stuff. There's a gazillion different options, but if you add on top of that the free stuff like the social element or the reels and the shorts and the reaching out to people on Facebook and the prospecting and stuff like that, if you add that on top of your paid efforts that are moving it quickly, it will set it on fire. Your business will just take off because now you're more quickly taking a lead. Imagine this scenario. If we're going out and we are buying traffic, for example, that's what's called a cold lead. It's cold because they don't know who we are, right? But if we immediately plug those cold leads into what we're doing on the free side, right? In the social side or in the reels or on the videos or the shorts or we're on YouTube or, we're prospecting or reaching out to them on Facebook and stuff like that. They're getting to know us right away more quickly. And now you're going to be getting leads every day, but you're also going to get sales more quickly because they're like, oh, this Nick guy is a pretty cool guy and he's helping me out. He's reaching out his socials, or he's putting some valuable information, or Bob's posting the cool stuff every single day. I know who this guy is. If people don't know you, there will be a percentage of people who will just come through the multiple income funnel and they'll sign up. They'll be like, man, this thing's cool. I want to get in. I'm getting it. I don't care who's selling it to me. But that's not most people. That's a small percentage of people. It doesn't matter how good the sales process or the funnel is or anything. A very small percentage of people are that person. What's going to happen, especially in today's day and age, is they're going to come through. They're going to be like, okay, I'm on the inside, but I click on this link and I see my sponsor is Joe, and who's Joe, right? And so now if they can go to your socials, or they can connect with you, or you sent them an email with a video, or even an email just to say hi, they're like, oh, okay, this is Joe and he's pretty neat. And so they'll go through the process that much more quickly. But that's just kind of a short training within a this isn't like going to be a training atmosphere. We're going to do more of that. Vashti was talking about that in the beginning. Definitely, I really want to get together more as a group, and do some more things because it benefits everybody. But that's how this thing works. And to give you guys, to show you, now that we kind of been through how it works, I'm going to show you guys a little bit of. So if you go through the menu up here, what I really think you guys should do at some point is, and I'll have to log back in here. So if you go through this menu at the top, but go through step 4 here first, this back office tour, make sure you know everything that you have, because you have all of these amazing capture pages and links and sales pages and stuff to use. The cool thing about the capture pages is there's nothing to set up. Like our current funnel, it you don't have to be techie to do it. I mean, it's a lot of it's push button simple, but the more if there are 2 steps, a lot more people are going to get tripped up than if there was only 1 step, right? And so if you can come in here and you can just grab a link and send it out, like nothing else to do, and then there you're going to have a professionally written 35-day follow-up series done for you without you having to do anything. You don't have to even copy and paste. It just happens for you automatically. This allows us to be able to plug brand new people, and maybe you're one of those brand new people who can just grab a link, send it out there, and now your business is growing. Your list is growing. Your leads will be put in here. I won't click on this because there would be other people's information here. But it makes it so simple to just go out there, grab a link, and build. Nothing else required. And again, if you use the capture pages, it's a 35-day follow-up for you. And the messages have been converting pretty well. And so, there's training in here. They were doing what they were doing weekly calls. They were paused for a little bit. I'm pretty sure they're coming back sometime soon. But even the archive of weekly calls that are in there right now, you would have to pay thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to get access to the people who are doing these trainings. They took the people who were actually having results in the marketplace, big time results, and interviewed them. And it's basically a what's working now type of training. And so you know exactly what the best of the best of the best are doing to build their business. It's all in here for free, and there are dozens and dozens and dozens of trainings you can watch to grow your own skill level to speed up the success of your own business. So this training is fantastic. You'll be able to see your whole team in here. You get to access to their a lot of things when you're building them. You don't always get all the information. What I appreciate about multiple income funnel is, you get the name, you get the email, and you get the phone, and you can reach out in all those ways. And if you're on my personal team, you know that when you came in, you already got a text, probably you got an email, and you got follow-up right away from me, because again, if you want people to go through the process more quickly, just contact them. And when you can send somebody a text, when you can send somebody an email, you could do, if you know what a Loom video is, we'll talk about that. We'll just be training on that. You can shoot a 1-minute video just saying hi to somebody and send it off. It will explode your business really quickly. And so you've got access to your team, leads, leaderboard. The cool thing is, and I'll show you some of this stuff too. They actually have contests. They do prizes. The community here is, I don't know if you've ever been in a community where it's just like, it's so exciting to be there, and it seems like everybody's getting results and everybody's like happy for each other. There's no like, competition really. It's just like, no, we're all in multiple income funnel, and we're super excited when anybody gets a result, whether it be with their own income streams or multiple income funnel or the traffic or whatever. So we get into the Facebook group, and there's life in there. It's exciting. There's things going on, and there's contests, and there's people excited to build their business. There's people excited. They reward you for helping your team build their business, which I think is super cool. Nobody really does that. At least I don't see it very often, but they reward you in contests for helping out your team, which is awesome. I know that Bob Rowland, for example, is climbing up the leaderboard, and part of his climb is from helping out his team. Now, Bob, he helps his team out like anyway. It's not something new that he does. He doesn't do it just because there's a contest going on. He does it all the time. But there is, this incentivized help basically all the time here going on. The resources section is pretty cool. You've got email swipes if you want to grab some email swipes. You've got website banners if you want to paste a banner somewhere. There's social images and social posts that you can use. There's some social posts here. And then, if you click on the traffic here, this is where we go to our traffic store. And that's where we start getting traffic. Now, I did a training on which type of traffic to get in the back office, so I recommend going through that. But just briefly, I will say, if we all commit to, or for as many of us as can commit as possible to that monthly traffic option, the autopilot traffic, on traffic alone, you could build a sustainable business with multiple income funnel on the front and your traffic on the back. You could build a really super sustainable business, a foundational business, because again, if we've got a whole bunch of customers inside of multiple income funnel, we've got a whole bunch of customers on the autopilot traffic. That's two different foundational income streams, right? We're building our foundation income. And what happens is you're going to get to that, whatever you need, that 2,000 a month or 3,000 a month or 4,000 or 5 or 10 or whatever it is. You're going to get there more quickly. And your customer, your team member, your partner, because they're getting traffic, is going to build multiple income funnel faster and easier, and they're going to be more excited about it. And then what's going to happen is as people go through the process, our exponential incomes are going to grow much more quickly as well. And so I hope you guys are seeing how this all sort of like synergistically works together to like perfection. This is what I wanted to build. I just didn't want the headache. To be completely transparent and to be brutally honest, it's a tremendous headache to build something like this, to run it, and to have to deal with this. Even if tiny things go wrong, like password resets can sometimes even be a nightmare, right? But everything is done. We have our own business basically because we can put our own income streams in there. We've got our own business that we can build any way that we want to, and it's amazing, and it's beautiful, and I love it. And I hope you guys love it too. And I'm going to show you guys some results here in a minute. But what I want to do is I want to take some time out here, and if anybody has any questions about anything that I talked about, or anything that I didn't talk about, or anything you feel like I missed, please unmute and pop out.
I think you ought to tell them about the bonus when they sign up, because they're going to leave a lot of commissions on the table if they don't.
Yeah. So how multiple income funnel works is when you come through, and again, we'll go back to the beginning. When you come through, the system itself, again, it's $49 a month, and we get $20 a month for every single customer that we bring in for as long as they're a customer. So again, we're stacking up those $20 raises, every single day as we bring in customers. What they do, which is really, really cool, and this is how you can really support your marketing, your ad budget, when you're out doing media buys, whatever you are spending money on, you need to have some sort of income up front that can help pay for that and put income in your pocket, to be honest. It's even if you break even, it's cool because you're going to be stacking that residual income. But if you can create income quickly with a front end offer, man, it makes it, you can now scale your marketing much more faster. So if you went out, spent $100 and you got money back, now you can take that 100 that you spent and add to it, and now you can double your lead flow and double your results and all that sort of stuff. But what Bob was talking about is you have the option when you come in, and even after you come in, it'll be in your back office. You can't see it in mine, but if you're in your back office and you are monthly, there'll be a tab somewhere. I think it's in red that you can click on and you can upgrade to annual. What happens when people upgrade to annual is you get an additional $180 right away. So you get the 20, and then when they upgrade to annual, you get another 180. So every person who comes in is worth a potential $200 to you before you even introduce them to Live Good or anything else that you want to introduce them to. So that $200 up front can really do a lot to help you go out there in the marketplace and actually have a budget to market with and a budget to grow your business with. Because now you can say, okay, it took me this many leads to get a customer, and each customer is worth X amount of dollars for me. Your customer, your lifetime customer value, and I'm not going to get too mathy on you guys, but it's not going to be like $200 right away. But it will, maybe, you got 10 customers and half of them took the annual. Well, now my everybody that I bring in is worth on average to me maybe $100. So now you can go out there in the marketplace and spend $100 to get that customer, and you at least broke even. But it's better than break even, because what I want you guys to understand is we're building that residual income. So if you broke even on your ad spend and you added a customer every single day, you are adding to your residual income every single day. So breaking even on your marketing is awesome when you're building a residual income, because your residuals are stacking up. It's not like you're making it one time and it goes away. You're making it every single month, or in the annual case, you've got a yearly renewal that's going to come up to help you. So the annual is three. If you pay the 49 to come in, you'll pay an additional 350 to upgrade. So you would pay 399 for the annual. But if you don't take the annual, you can't get the extra $180 commission. If you are a monthly customer and somebody comes in and gets the annual, you don't get the $180. That actually just it passes up to corporate. So if Stu was my customer and Stu came in and he and let's say I was not an annual, and Stu came in and he upgraded to annual, so there's $180 floating out there. It doesn't go to like my sponsor, it goes to corporate. So just to be clear on that, there's no like multiple levels. There's no like pass up type scenario. But what I want to get at, and what Bob was getting at, is that you just lost that money. And so, everybody is in a different place, with your business, with your finances, with whatever. I would say, if you can, get the annual, because I'll look again maybe a little bit later in this presentation, but my annual upgrades are at least 40%. Maybe it's closer to 50% now. So think about how many $180 commissions I would have lost. Just gone, right? And think about this too. Those aren't going to be residual customers, at least not on a monthly. So you would have got the $20, but only one time. And then the other 180 it's gone to corporate, right? Which is, it's awesome. Corporate needs money to maintain a business, so we can all have an awesome system to build. But I'd rather it be in your pocket. I'd rather it be in my pocket, right? And so, yeah, if you don't take the annual, you don't get the annual commission. So you're going to miss those $180 bumps. And you're also, the really cool thing is they do a one-on-one coaching call with you. the support here is awesome. I'm gonna look around here and see if some people are here who've gotten some really great support already. But I personally was I was asking some questions to Mandy in the Facebook group, and we kind of went back and forth a little bit, and finally she said, "Hey, can I call you?" I was kind of like, "Really? You want to call me?" And because it's usually it's hard enough for you to pick up the phone and to call a company and to actually, especially in this digital marketing space, to be able to pick up the phone and call a company and actually somebody answers and can help you almost doesn't exist. To have somebody who says, "Can I call you?" absolutely doesn't exist. I've never really seen it in the digital marketing space like that. And so she called me. She answered my question in like 2 minutes. We were done. But you know, I've worked with some of my other partners, team members in multiple income funnel. They had some questions. They called and the customer support picks up the phone. They talk to you. They help you. But you know, the other thing that you get as an annual, you get a one-on-one coaching call by somebody who really knows what they're doing. And so if you know the value of one-on-one coaching calls in the marketplace, it's always in the thousands of dollars. So that's definitely worthwhile. And again, you get the commission bumps and you know, you've got a sustainable business at that point. You don't miss anything at all. So did I touch on everything, Bob?
I talked to Mandy today too. I mean, she is great. You got any problems or anything tech or anything, she'll take care of it and stuff. I mean, I know her kids' names. I know where she lives. I mean, we've had conversations all over the place. I mean, she is probably one of the best admin I've ever worked with, you know, and stuff before. But what she did tell me about the annual, that if you come in, you don't you didn't get the annual, you have 48 hours to upgrade for the $350. Now, if you don't upgrade after the 48 hours, it's going to be 399 plus your 49. So it'll be about 450 instead of the 399 like Nick's saying. But you got 48. Like if you went in and done it, oh man, I made a mistake. All you got to do is go up to one of the links and push on one of the links up in your back office, and there'll be a yellow tag come down, upgrade tag. I've never seen that because I upgraded when I got in. But there's a video when you go and click on it, you listen to the whole video, and then you go ahead and click to get in. It's 49. You won't see that until you put your credit card in and everything for the 49. Then there'll be a pop-up little video that comes in. It tells you all about why, like Nick says, you want to do this. It's kind of like a bonus, and it's kind of a kicker because I'm like Nick. I'm not leaving $200 on the table or giving it to anybody. I mean, that's your money. It's your member. So why not get it? I mean, you're bringing them in. I'm doing. I mean, I get on the phone with all my members and walk them through the stuff, and I even help them set the systems up. I take the time to do that, and you know, for $200, I don't know if that's worth it or not, but it's a lot of time that I put in. So I've ran pretty good sized business for 30 years, you know, and I put a lot of time in on them. You put if anybody's owned any business, you put a lot of time in your business. I worked 18 hours a day, 7 days a week, so I know. So if you're going to get paid, you might as well get paid for your time you're putting in helping somebody, and they don't mind. I mean, that person's not going to mind because they come in with you and they want to do the system. I'm getting ready to get off the Zoom and work with the guy after we get done. He's coming in for the annual. I'm going to work with him. I got another guy. I'm working with him. And both of them's in Live Good with somebody else. That's another thing I wanted to explain. You're going to find members coming in here. They already got their Live Good business. They don't want to hook up to your number two stream if you put Live Good in. That's fine because you're going to have them anyway. They'll hook their Live Good in. I helped a guy today hook his Live Good in the number two spot. And then he got in, he didn't have another business. That's another thing you're going to find out. Some of them don't have two businesses. They're only promoting one. And he said, "What's this Nexus rewards deal?" And I told him about it, sent him and told him to click on there, see the video. He got in with me. I have got 9 new members in the last 7 or 8 days, 9 days we've been in, Nick, or something like that. I've lost count. It's not been too long. And I've got 9 new members in Nexus without really promoting it, just sticking it in, because you're going to have members, you're going to have new people coming in that's only got one business, and they look at it and say, hey, what's this? Maybe I'll hook up with you in this, and I'll run both them businesses too. 3 people, a gal and 2 guys I've hooked up their Live Good businesses in the number 2 spot. They didn't get in Live Good with me, but I have got Live Good members from it. So you're going to have that. It doesn't matter. You got to get it in your mind. It doesn't matter what kind of business you're promoting this. You're going to have some people coming in here that don't have no business. I got one lady, my Annie, I'm working with. She don't have either one of the businesses, and she didn't even know about Live Good. I was shocked. She didn't know about Live Good. She lives in Texas and didn't know about Live Good. And I told her, and she said, me and my husband tries to stay healthy, and she works at night. So she goes, can I get with you like in the morning? And I said, anytime. I'm on the computer. And so I'm going to hook her up and Live Good tomorrow. And Nexus, she don't know nothing about Nexus. I said, if you shop, if you save money, you want cash back, you get Nexus. I've already got cash in my 3 apps. You get 3 free apps in them. And me and Cindy's been in Florida for the last month. We'll be down here another 3 months. And wherever we eat, wherever we buy groceries, wherever we buy gas, I take the receipts, put them in one of my apps and stuff. You gain points in it. You turn the points back to cash. You can have it sent to your bank account. You can have Visa cards sent to you. It's cash back. I mean, you're buying stuff anyway. I think that little business there is one of the neatest little businesses I've ever done. And I just started in it, and I've got, I don't know, 20 members in it so far. And I just started it 4 or 5 days ago, something like that. And probably 10 members is 9 members, I'd say, come off of the funnel. But
Yeah.
I'm just telling you that yearly, don't leave that $200 commission for somebody else. Don't leave it on the table.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Bob, all that you said. And there's a couple of things that I want to talk about that Bob touched on that are super, super important. Number one is now, instead of we are building our Live Good business. And as Bob kind of explained, now we're building it faster and easier. And so it's not like, a lot of times when people, they start something new, it's like it's because they left the other thing behind. It's like, no, we are plugging into this and at the same time building Live Good much more quickly and much more easily. So I want you guys to consider that. But the other thing a couple of things to think about is think about the market that we have now in terms of people who are building team-based incomes. So think about your marketing from that standpoint. We can go out and reach into a marketplace of people in all sorts of different companies and not have to say, you know what, Live Good's better, come over here. Nobody really likes that. It's kind of offensive to people who, especially if they're really, really into, what they're doing. Now we can go out into the marketplace and say, listen, I don't keep doing what you're doing, but here's how I'm growing my team, and my team is growing their team much more quickly and much more easily. And without even talking about our current business, we're growing, and it's because of this system. And now you can go and you can introduce MIF, or I call it MIF, but multiple income funnel, to this entire market of team-based companies. And you can go out there with confidence, knowing that it's an incredible system and it will help them. And they don't have to come into Live Good. They're going to see it probably if you leave it in the back office. And maybe if they're only doing one thing, maybe they'll want to add Live Good, maybe not. But Bob had talked about, it's not only that, it's that now you can grow that other income stream really with no effort. And my experience has been the same as Bob's. To give you guys an idea of how well this works. And this isn't just because, most of the people that I brought in at this point are because I reached into, my Live Good team. 100% of people who come into multiple income funnel are getting the income streams inside, one or the other, right? But 100%. And I'm getting to that third income stream. I'm getting a ton. I'm building a team there now without having to like, I'm not just building that business, right? And think about how less limiting that is to, you to grow like an actual real business. What we have now is more like we've got a real like affiliate marketing business where we can offer people systems and tools and traffic to build whatever it is that they want to build. We don't have to go out there into the marketplace and say it's live good or nothing, right? Now we can say, awesome if they come into live good, but we don't even have to talk about live good and we're going to grow it. Just like, Bob was talking about, he was growing his other business without even talking about it. I've been growing my this other business without even talking about it. I just been introducing multiple income funnel into the marketplace, and people come in, they love the system, and as they go through the process, they at least sign up for one of those two 100% of the time. 100% of the time, I'm growing a second business on top of not everybody at this point has gotten the traffic, but 100% of the time I'm building at least two businesses just by promoting multiple income funnel. And again, it opens up your market. We're not just team live good. And listen, I don't want that to sound offensive in and of itself. I Live Good is my favorite network marketing business of all time. I absolutely love it. I feel like I've been waiting my whole life for it. Everything about it, I love. So if I can find a way to help my team and help other people build live good, bigger, faster, stronger, more stable. Because listen, as I make a diamond run right now in live good, I know that I'm going to be in a company that's paying me on every single customer member, everything that's purchased in the entire company. It makes sense to me to want to build a company as big, as fast, as strong, as stable as possible, right? That's why part of the reason why I love this system. I can go out, I can stabilize, I can create stabilized foundational income for myself and my team, and we can go out and scale Live Good on autopilot and scale a second business on autopilot, as Bob was talking about, and it's already happening for me as well. And we're plugged into a traffic source that works and that benefits us as we use it and as we create customers with it, because we get that 50-50 and then the 80-20 split on it. And listen, the other thing is that you could market the traffic source like on its own in the marketplace. Who doesn't need traffic, right? So now if you're plugged into that as an income stream, and nobody says you can't go out there and just offer traffic to people. Okay, you don't want a system, but do you need traffic? Now you can do that, and it pays really handsomely. And it's a residual traffic income, which is if we're plugging people into the autopilot traffic, which it makes sense for a ton of different reasons. If you guys want to just go log into, get income stream number 4, which is traffic authority, log into your traffic authority account. And if you click on the autopilot traffic, I go through all this in the video, so I won't spend much time on it. There's a video on that page you can watch that explains how awesome it is to have a residual traffic income stream. It blows my mind what they're doing here. It's just on every single level, it helps us build a real long-term stable bit. We're not just in one thing and we're kind of stuck there. We are helping people in every single business like this, especially people who are building team-based businesses, because it's hard to build teams, especially when everybody's building slowly. It's not only is it hard, it's just not fun, right? Especially, a lot of us in here, like we're the guy or the girl who's feels like we're doing all the work. And I'm not saying that's me, by the way. I'm just saying I know from being here for a long time. There's a certain percentage of people who feel like they're doing everything, and they've got a team of people who just kind of they're struggling, right? Because they don't know how to build. But if you can plug your whole team into a systematic process of building, everybody's business benefits, and there's excitement, there's energy, there's fun. I've had more fun in the last 2 weeks than I've had in a long time. And so, yeah. Any other questions out there?
Yes. Nick, I have a question. Stu Weinstock from Miami. This system sounds fantastic. And I know Mr. Morris, anything he touches turns to gold. So I know the power of the system. Now, here's a question you did not broach. How about autoresponder? What autoresponder is used to communicate these emails? Some of us are not as gifted marketers and salespeople as Bob is. Sometimes my people take about 2 to 7 exposures of the Live Good to come on board. So in terms of autoresponder, I'd like you to respond to. I'd like you to give us the indication. This is totally separate from Systemi.io. That's my second question. And also, could you comment on the deliverability of emails for the group? We're coming into a year now where the delivery of emails is going to be rather treacherous. Let's put it that way. I smile when I say that. And could you comment with those questions, please? And thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Stu, for being here and also for the questions. In terms of the autoresponder, one of the things that I really, 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 really like about multiple income funnel is that the capture pages, you don't have to connect anything, you don't have to write anything. They are system emails. And so when somebody opts into your capture page, you get the lead in your back office. And I'll share screen again so you guys can see this. Are you guys seeing my screen? Give me a little wave. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. And so if you come up here, I won't click on it, but if you click on leads, all of the leads. So let's say I'll go to the capture pages. Let's say I'm using, Facebook lead capture page #1. I was doing some marketing and I was using that capture page. All of the leads that come through that capture page, and while we're here, you can actually set up individual tracking for each page that you set up. And here's the cool thing, it'll track the lead, but when you get a sale, you know exactly what marketing that it came from. The tracking is amazing. And all you've got to do is like type in a word and click a button. It spits out a link for you and you use that link. So it's super, super simple. And to that point, Stu, you grab the link, you market the page, and the leads will be collected and emailed by the system. And so those emails will come through the system to that member for 35 days. Inside of those emails, and I've tracked these, I've got the marketing coming to me, so I know what's happening. If I click on any of the links in those emails, it goes to my pages, my marketing pages. And so anytime anybody joins from any of those 35 emails, then I definitely am getting credit because they're going to, my page, and it's working really, really well. So no autoresponder at all needed if you don't want to use one, which I think for a lot of people coming in, it allows you to, it's not like you're not building your list because all of your leads are collected here. You can download them. And as you become better at this marketing thing, you could download these leads and put them into any autoresponder that you want to, and then start, your own marketing to them. Or you can follow up individually with these leads if you want to, which for, the beginner is actually a little bit easier to do that because you don't have to worry about the deliverability. You don't have to worry about all the crazy setting up an autoresponder and going out there and getting, certified with, your SPF and your DKIM and being on the DMARC and all that sort of stuff. I'm going to do some training on that as well. So I'll speak to that. But, long answer to your question is no autoresponder needed. You just grab the link and they get the marketing emails from the system. Inside of those systematic emails is your link. So every time they come up from your capture page, they go back to your sales page, and it works beautifully.
So Nick, a personalized email is not, I mean, we all should have a personalized email,
Yeah.
increase deliverability and could go with a DMARC and all this stuff and the underpinnings
Mhm.
of our system. But so it's not critical to have a personal email, although I have several. That's kind of taken out of the equation, which is a big positive, it sounds like, for the system. Um, okay, cool. Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate your efforts.
Yeah.
In this I've heard of systems like this before. I think there's somebody else in the Live Good community that has something like this that he actually spearheaded himself. But these kinds of systems where you have incentives not only for the Live Good but other opportunities, that's positive. That's you can make increasing monies that way, income. I like it. I think I'm in. It sounds like a great system. I appreciate you presenting this and researching this and finding Mr. Morris, who he's got a great track record for things. And like I say, everything seems to turn to gold when he touches it. So I'm very enthusiastic. And thank you, Bob, for your testimonial. I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Stu. Super appreciative of you coming out and being here, and excited for you to get your hands on this, um, because it's awesome. We get through some questions here. I want to show you some of what we've been doing, as a team. And it's just, as you've heard us talk, you understand at this point. I hope, if nothing else, we've shown you and demonstrated that you can build your Live Good business much more quickly, but you can also stabilize, your just overall business in a way that we weren't able to do otherwise. And so for so many reasons. That's why I wanted to have this, this atmosphere, because I want people to know. A lot of times in the videos on the site, like I know what you guys are getting, but sometimes it's hard, over like a one-time video like that to demonstrate it. But so super appreciative that you guys came out to actually see this thing and how it works and learn
Can
about
I,
it and
can,
that sort of
can I
stuff.
ask you another question, Nick? I
Yeah.
apologize. Is there some sense in the system when the system is sending out emails, is there some way to detect if they're being opened or the percentage of people that are opening them?
Yeah.
Is there any sense of that from the system that we get?
Not on our end. What happens is we have the lead. The lead shows in our back office. The stats will show that we had whatever 100 people visited, 40 leads came from that, and I don't 3 people signed up. You got 3 sales, and so it will track all of that as far as the opens and the clicks and stuff within the emails. We don't get to see that. But at the same time, I've been, as just testing this, throwing traffic into a system capture page and letting it work, it works. So
Yeah.
I will say, that much. But in terms of all that tracking and stuff, the thing that I really enjoy, Stu, about being in an environment where we're building systematically like this is that I can actually help you guys at a different level, because this is what I've done for 20 years. This is how I build businesses, basically. As I've built, systems and funnels, and done all this stuff, and I know how to do it. I don't necessarily want to do it at this point in my career, right? I enjoy somebody else doing all of that for me. But as we go forward, now we can do training. For example, you mentioned, even building your own list and your own autoresponder and stuff, which I at some point we all should be doing. Absolutely, we all should be doing. But now we can train on how to do that, why to do that, how to get set up with to get the best deliverability and all that sort of stuff. And what, Stu, just like everybody thought it was the end of the world when the iOS updates came out, and nobody was going to be doing Facebook ads anymore and all that sort of stuff. None of that stuff ever plays out the way they say it is. There's a couple of certifications. You gotta. It takes a couple of hours to get your email basically verified through however they want it to be verified. I don't want to get too techie here. And most of those couple hours is just waiting for it, right? There's a couple of steps you got to take that take you maybe 15 minutes, and that's it. That's all they want you to do. It just verifies that you're a real person and a real email address. So it's not like it's getting harder. It's getting harder for the people who don't want to take the 15 minutes of time to do it.
Sure.
But otherwise, it's not. It's just like the Facebook ads. They haven't gotten harder. They've gotten more expensive, not because of iOS. They've gotten more expensive because Facebook, if you guys don't know about where Facebook's revenue comes from, 97.5% of Facebook's revenue comes from ads. And so because they know they have all of that money in ads, they're not doing the live good thing, right? And going backwards and saying, okay, we've got all this money in ads, we're going to pass the saving ads to people. They do the absolute opposite. And so they scale the ads and make them more expensive. And you think there are certain things like as you start to, become better at marketing, and none of this stuff you ever have to know. It's just stuff I know from being around for a long time. But we're in election year right now. What's going to happen is all of the political parties who don't care about how much money they spend are going to dump a ton of money into Facebook ads. And what's going to happen to the cost per lead? It's going to skyrocket this year. It is going to be more expensive this year to do Facebook. 100%. It is going to be more expensive to do paid ads on social media, but not because of any iOS update that happened a couple of years ago or whatever. It's because we're in an election cycle, and there is a ton of it's a ridiculous amount of money being just thrown in there, and they don't really care how much they spend. They just want they just want to be in the front of people, right? So for the rest of us, that does make it go up. But again, the thing like the iOS thing that's not what made it go up. It's just Facebook. That's where 97.5% of their revenue comes from. And they're not they're not building a business the live good way. They're doing the exact opposite. And the email deliverability, Stu, it's, in my opinion, after doing this for a long time, if for the people who get their emails verified, things won't change very much. It's 15 minutes of work for the rest of your life to be able to be inboxed at pretty much the same rate. And listen, you're only ever going to get, if you're doing cold marketing, cold traffic, that sort of thing, you're only ever going to get, if you're really good at what you do, 20% open rate. Mm. And so to use a Frank Kern-ism, for those of you who know Frank Kern, one of the most famous lines that he talks about in marketing is most people won't. Most people won't enter their email into your webpage. Most people won't buy. Most people won't open their emails. Most people won't click the links, which is why follow up over and over and over and over and over again, and being a present help in the marketplace, not just a present, here's my business, join me, join me, join me, but being a present help in the marketplace where somebody can look at you and say, man, that thing that Stu did today on Facebook, or that video he did on YouTube, or that email he sent me, that was really insightful or really informative or really whatever. That's what you want. You want people to be saying, here, I'll give you guys the secret to building a business fast and scaling. It's becoming so valuable to the people that are on your list or in your audience. You're so valuable to them that before they really even know what you're offering, they've said yes. They'll just say yes because you know what? I don't know what that is, but Stu sent it, and Stu's a good guy, and I'm in. And they'll figure it out later. That's the secret to building amazing, amazing organizations and teams and everything else. Get people to say yes because you're so valuable to them before they even get there. And
I
that's
agree. I agree with you totally. The know, like, and trust variables is so prominent in sales, and when you get people to trust you, you get easy sales virtually.
mhm.
You know, but cool. I really appreciate your information. This system sounds very, very good, and I would say 99% chance I'm in. So thank you, Nick, for everything you do. You put in a lot of effort and a lot of grit behind the scenes that I think a lot of people don't even realize. But I appreciate your emails and keeping me on the playing field along with my group at LiveGood. You very much appreciated. Thank you.
Hey, Nick,
Yeah, go ahead.
just for Stu's benefit, as far as the back office and the leads, Stu, there is a place when you get, say, you say you get 100 leads in there and you don't want them in there. I use Get Response. I've got an Aweber account. It's got quite a few in it, but I use mainly Get Response. There's a download CSV in there. You could download all your leads and pop them into your Get Response list. Make you up a list for MIF like I did, and have you know download them, put them in there. There's a download button in there, so you can download anytime, and stuff. And the one thing I wanted to say, Nick, on the authority traffic people, I've been with them since 2015, 9 years. And that traffic, it's a little higher, but they pay you commission. So you're going to do two things. You're going to use the traffic, what you need the traffic. You need it you got to get eyeballs on this thing. My number one thing when I tell everybody that gets in here, what's the number one thing you can do to explode this thing? I just tell them traffic. Because it's like Nick said, some of them's going to say no, some of them's going to say, a few's going to say yes. You don't need many to say yes in this system if they go through and do the whole thing like we're doing. And I've got people already set up, getting their traffic packages and stuff and going. I'm telling you, traffic is the lifeblood of any online business. Traffic was a lifeblood when I was doing conventional business. But the way I got traffic doing my conventional business was driving all over 5 states, going in and seeing CEOs and getting contracts and stuff. That's a lot harder than what we do here, just pushing a button. And I'm telling you, that traffic back there, you go back there and pick a package and put your link in, click send. It's you can pause it, but I don't want to pause it. It's immediately. It starts sending traffic to you, the clicks immediately. So your capture page and stuff. That's one thing. I've been with them 9 years, and I've used them a few times on different things, and I have got good engagement out of those leads. I use one other source I've been with for about 18 years, and I get real good engagement out of them. I keep them, and I only use the 2 sources. They've been in business, I think, Nick, since 2002. Traffic Authority, 2002, 2004, because I got the one that's it's been in business 25 years now, I think. But that traffic source, guys, if you don't use that, you start using other cold traffic. I mean, I'm like Nick, probably. I've used a bunch of traffic stuff, solo ads. I stay away from solo ads. I don't like them. And I've used a lot of different traffic stuff. But you get one traffic source that's got quality leads, which I've done for 9 years and 18 years, and I've had to find them on my own, trial and error, spend a lot of money. But I'm keeping them, and that's like my golden Rolodex. When it comes to cold traffic, when it comes to clicks and stuff. And if you can get eyeballs on this thing, you're going to make sales. I'm not going to say you're going to make a sale today or tomorrow, but I've only been in 9 or 10 days with Nick. We call it the beta testers. We went in there and kind of beta testers, and with the traffic and a few people that I knew. Stacy, I want to talk about her too. I just got her in today. She's in Live Good with me. I've known her for a long time. She's a great gal in California. She just got in, and she had some problems, and I was on my walk today down here in Florida, and I couldn't get back with her. She called the number. She just randomly called the number for the support. They answered phones. She said and you could talk to, I think she's in the chat box. She said that nicest people you can deal with. She got her taken care of. When I got back, I finished her up and everything. We got her set up. So that's the support on this. I'm telling you, I mean, besides Nick and what we do in our chat, I call that some of the best support you ever get because you're 24/7, 365. Somebody's in there all the time helping you. This here would be secondary to this one here as far as taking care of you. You can message Mandy on the back end. I do a lot of messaging. I've talked to her on the phone, you know, and stuff like Nick. You get to working with them and get the Facebook group. I want to talk about that Facebook group, the multiple income funnel Facebook group. It's phenomenal. You got some top marketers in there. You got a lot of top marketers in there. You got good marketers. You got good people. John, Greg, everybody that's in there. These top marketers, they will help you. I had a guy put a thing on there, and I was on the walk, so I didn't see it, and then I helped him on the back end. But he's got some help in there right now. They've been helping him too. So I think I got him finished up though. But anyway, the support, you can download them leads. The authority traffic store, you got to go in and get one of the packages and get it started because, man, if you don't have traffic, you're killing your business. You're just killing it. I don't care. And somebody say, "Can you do free?" Say, "Oh yeah, you can do free." I mean, I post some ads. I do multiple things and stuff, but most of mine's coming in from traffic, guys, from the stores. So I just want to put that in there, Nick.
Thank
Hey,
you. Thank
Nick.
you, Bob. Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, this is Donnie Ellis.
Hey, Donnie.
I just wanted to comment. I'd never heard about any of this stuff, but I've known you for a long time. I joined HBA through you and your escape plan. By the way, I printed out that entire manual and I've got it in a notebook and I pull it out on a real regular basis.
Oh, thank you. That's like the best
But
testimonial I could
anyway,
ever get. Thank you.
your response to helping me, because I mean, I felt pretty helpless, trying to get into this and do everything. And quite honestly, I mean, your response back to me, telling me step by step what to do, and then sending me the reminders. Most of the time I get sick and tired of, I join something and I get an email twice a day from somebody and, all that stuff. And I just kind of like blow them off. I mean, that's the truth, but I was able to get things set up, and get ready so that I can start doing the next step. I'm not financially able to do all of it yet, but definitely we'll get there and we'll join it because you're there.
Well, thank you, Donnie. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for being here, and really, really appreciate. You've been sort of around me and building businesses with me for a little bit now, and really, really, really appreciate you. And so, it's cool that you
Oh,
can come into a place now and be able to have something set up and have it actually helping you build what you want to build, which is a big deal, and it makes me really, really happy to see you able to get set up and get going and all that.
I
Nick,
do have one question.
Yeah.
I signed up with Traffic Authority with you a while back, and I didn't do any follow up. I have probably 2,000 or 3,000 leads that I didn't have follow up set up for, but I did download the leads. I can upload those again.
Yeah,
Do
I
you think?
would. Yeah, I would be careful, Donnie, especially if they're older leads.
They're from Traffic Authority.
Well, I know. But
But
if did they come in originally through one of your capture pages?
yeah, no, they came in through Get Response.
Have you
They
been
came in through Get Response, but after a certain length of time, if they're inactive,
yeah.
they get deleted.
Yeah.
But I always download them.
Yeah, depending on the last time that you followed up with them, I would be careful about uploading like the entire list and then just start emailing them every day.
I wouldn't.
I would probably
I'd
do,
upload one or two at a time.
yeah, I'd upload them, here and there and send them, some emails. And, the thing about emails is everybody thinks like you have to be a good copywriter and all this sort of stuff. You know what people like? People. They just like an
Yeah.
email that seems like it came from a person. And so if you just send an email and say, listen, Joe, it's been a long time since, you heard from me. I'm building something that I'm really, really excited about. Do you mind if I start, sending you some information again? Or, even before then, even better is probably just say, hey, Joe, you were paying attention to me, a while back. You were on my list. I just wanted to reach out and say, hey, how are things going? And just kind of like start getting emails, out that way, maybe get some back and
Yeah.
forth before you start sending. I wouldn't even send links to those for at least a couple of emails. Because
Okay.
especially like if you just like upload all of those to get response and start, broadcasting them, you're probably going to get
Yeah.
a ton of like complaints, and get response is going to want to
Yeah.
shut you down, and they probably will. Um,
Yeah.
and so just be careful. I know those were your leads that you generated that came through your pages. But be careful about uploading a bunch of leads to an autoresponder and then just start hammering them with like opportunity. You really have to kind of ease into it as if you were like, that friend that they hadn't seen in a while. And
Okay.
just be a real nice person. People will appreciate
Yeah, I
that.
hear you. No, I really do. Oh, I did. What was really weird, I sent an email. As a matter of fact, I think I sort of like cut and pasted part of some stuff that you had written and everything, changed it around a little bit. And I called it the butt factor. And not as in B-U-T-T, B-U-T, okay?
Yeah,
I got a 97% open rate.
fantastic, fantastic. Yeah,
And some sign-ups for the escape, for the 30-day escape plan.
yeah, I'm pretty sure I know. I that email was actually pretty impactful for me as well. Um, might have been one of my better opens and clicks and that sort of thing too. But
Yeah.
yeah, and so you know what, to be honest, again, as far as like emailing stuff, and we'll get more into that, it's just about
Yeah.
really, it's just about knowing who your market is and being able to speak to them, speak to the result, that they
Yeah.
want, and really kind of, you've been into the book, so you know about the poke the pain and paint the dream type stuff. It's about knowing
Mm-hmm.
pain points so that you can not be mean about it, but you can sort of highlight them, but also let them know, you know, where the dream is and how you can help get them there and all that sort of stuff. What I really like about what we're doing now with multiple income funnel, Donnie, and everybody here is that I've got a certain skill set, that I've been building for the last 20 years in a certain way that I've built businesses, and um, I'm able to do that and help everybody here at a different level, um, because there's a systematic process in place, and it plays into my own skills and my own the way that I like to build a business and the way that I know how to build a business, the way that I have built a business for the last 20 years. Um, this allows us to do that, and it's super cool. And to some of Donnie's point and the points I was making earlier in this earlier in today's meeting, there really, as affiliate marketers, there isn't a ton of stuff on our plate to do. We have to, as Bob talked about a lot, we've got to make sure we've got a consistent stream of real people coming to our sites who actually want the things that we're offering. So we've got to have a target market coming to us. We've got to follow up with that, target market, and, treat them like real humans that we actually want to help instead of, a paycheck. And then, we just have to put stuff out into the universe. You know, the content part is the part that everyone kind of freaks out about. But again, it's just knowing like who we want to help. And if we don't know who we want to help, uh, who who am I, right? And what pains, needs, desires do I have? And just speak to that all the time. And that's really all I ever do is I'm speaking to either past Nick. I know where I came from and how badly I wanted to be out of that and that sort of thing. But I also know at this point where I still want to go. And so, I'm really every time I put anything out there into the marketing universe, I'm really just putting it out there to me. And that brings people to me who are like me. And I can build a business with really, really cool people. And I always like to say, I want to build a business in a way where, the customers and the partners and the people that I bring into it are the same people that I would love to be hanging out on an island with if I was on vacation. And so if you're kind of just
Mhm.
like if you're speaking to yourself all the time and your own pains and your own desires and that sort of thing, it's simple to do that. It's kind of neat. My daughter just started affiliate marketing in the last month or so here, and I've having her write all of her own stuff from her own desires and her own pains. And man, when you take the pressure off of people and like you take all ad copy and all that guru stuff out, there's not like specific words you have to use. There's no real ad copy to be honest, that you have to know. There's principles that kind of help, but man, her stuff is so good. And I'm not just like dad talking. It's really good. And it's because she doesn't feel that same pressure that most people who have. I think it's because she hasn't been in the space. Like she hasn't been kind of like hammered over the head by the gurus. Like you got to know ad copy. You got to know ad copy. You got to know ad copy. I just told her right from the places of your own pain, your own desires. Where do you want to go? Why do you want to go there? And speak to yourself. And man, her stuff is so good. And that's one of the things that hopefully I'll be able to help more of us together, accomplish is just to have confidence to go out there and just be ourselves in the marketplace. And really, really cool things happen when we do that.
Hey, Nick, I just got one here, and it's speaking on what you were saying. I got a guy named Vincent out of New Jersey, come from the traffic, cold traffic. I'm going to tell you that right now. Come from cold traffic. He come in there and he looked me up on Facebook because there's a place you can put your Facebook link in the back info model. Looked me up on Facebook, got me on Messenger, wanted to befriend me. So I befriended him. And then he started talking. This was the second day I was in. Now I've only been in 8, 9, 10 days, something like that. And I started talking to him on the Messenger 10 days. We talked up until I talked every day to him. And I said, "Hey, Vincent, can I call you?" He goes, "Wow." He said, "Nobody's ever told me that." And I said, "Well, I'm old school." And I said, I like to mentor you in this. And I like to show you what we got and everything and talk to you before you even get in it. And he said, "Man, Bob," he said, "if you want to call me," yeah. So he gave me his phone number. And I said, "My phone number's here. So I'll be coming over this." I just talked to him like Nick told his daughter. And we had talked before, I knew where he was. He knew where I was. I told him I live in Indiana. I stay in Florida 4 months, a farm, 6,500 acres. I used to have a big business. I just told him all about myself. He told me all about himself, what he does. And he's working in a factory. He wants to get out of the factory, and I said, "You can do that, but it's going to take a little work." And he said, "I'll put it in the work." So I called him and everything. And make a long story short, this morning before he went to work, he said, "Hey, I think I'm going to get in that with you because I've never had nobody call me. I've never had nobody really got to know me and know what I want." And he said, "You would be a good person I could follow." And I said, "I'll be the best person you can follow because if you call me, I will answer your phone because I put his name in my phone." And I do that with all my people, whether it's my Live Good people or Nexus people or people I've known for a long time. The new people, I put them in my phone because when they call me, I am going to answer. That's something you want to do, is help them. I think Nick will tell you everything on my Facebook I've got is about traffic, or in the MIF funnel at Facebook. It's all about telling people, because they ask me how I'm doing it. So traffic and help your member when they get in. I help each and every one of them to set it up like they need to set it up and go through their e-wallet, get their e-wallet set up, get everything set up that they need. And then I tell them to click that traffic, John Miller, which is with me in Live Good. He's been a good friend of mine out in Arizona for a long time. We've actually been together at a couple of big events for companies and stuff in Utah and places like that. He just told me tonight, you know, he got a gold package and he just sent it. So he's off and running, but I helped John, you know, and stuff. And John's a pharmacist in Arizona. This guy's a factory worker. It don't matter who you, I'm a farmer. I used to be a construction guy, you know. I made plenty of money doing my construction, finally got out of that. And then I went to farming because that's where I come from. I come from a small farm. I come from 40 acres. Now I farm 6,500 acres. So, you know, everything I do, I want to do it to the maximum that I can do for my body, that'll let me do, because I'm getting older now and I went through back surgery. But what I'm saying is, if you guys can help these people, and that's what I was wanting to tell you, Nick touched on it. When you go in your back office, don't do traffic, don't do anything. Get your stuff set up and click on every link there is and go to every link. I'm like Nick, I do that. I went to every, because I want to be able to tell you about it and show you and have them on and say, now here's a clip that you need to be on, like I'm on right now, this page. And then we go to the next page. I flood them with everything and I help them until they get it set up. I don't get off that phone. I mean, I'm on the phone with them doing this and stuff, and them on the computer and me on the computer. So if you can give them, I don't know, I think I gave them 100% help. If you can give them 60, 70, 50% help, these people's never had help like that before. They've never had somebody call them. If you're good at the phone, and I'm not good on the phone, but I've been sitting in front of a lot of CEOs in my life getting contracts and stuff. And I've been in jeans and an old shirt, and they've been in the other side on a big mahogany desk with 3-piece suits on. And I've got $1 million contracts from them before. So I'm just telling you what Nick said. I'm just being myself. Like I am talking to you right now, I'm being myself. I don't care where people know where I come from. You wouldn't want to know where I come from, because I come from a poor background. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing now. I'm not going back to that background. And I've got dreams. I got a mission I'm on and everything for our church. And that's my mission, and I'm going to make that happen and stuff. So everybody's got a mission. Everybody's got dreams. Everybody's got goals. But I tell people, if you're not going to get to any one of those three I mentioned unless you take action. If you'll just do the action part and get the traffic going and then start talking to these people, pull them in from their Facebook, go to their Facebook. I go to everybody's Facebook, see where they're from. And I said, hey, you're from New Jersey. I said, how cold is it out there right now? You know, because I'm in 82-degree weather. And I said, Nick, Michigan, you know, I'm talking to him, and he couldn't go nowhere, icing up, you know. And I told him, I said, you and Wendy need to fly down. You need to get out of there, you know, and get in this pool. Because I sit by the pool with my laptop during the day. And I like that, you know, and stuff. But that's, hey, I built something like that to do mine and Cindy's life and stuff, and I'm still building. I'm a worker. I'm a busy bee worker. I want to keep busy all the time till the day I die. I had a 98-year-old man told me, if you stop working, you will die. And he lived to be 101 because he had to stop because he couldn't walk. That's a little bit of story as a buddy of mine in a farming area and stuff. But I just want to tell everybody this is the best system. And I've been in a lot of systems like Nick. I've been with Nick for a long time, 20 years in and out systems. I made money with them and stuff. And he is one of the best helpers, best mentor. I tell everybody he's been my mentor for a long time. Whether he thinks so or not, he has, because I followed him and I've done some things that he told me to do. And he's pushed me on a few things that I didn't want to do. He gave me the guidelines. So I went ahead and done them because I said, if he can do it, I can do it. I'm telling you, if a farm boy like me, coming from a background where I come from, can do this, anybody can do it. When I started 21 years ago, Cindy's a corporate girl. She was an engineer, a highway engineer for a big Duke Energy, for the big energy company, 40 years. She had to sit down and show me how to do an email, how to send an email. I did not know how to send an email. And now I can do about anything I want to do. And then if I get stuck, then I get a hold of a mentor, and that's another thing. I get a hold of Nick and say, I got to have this. So how do I do? Go to here, go to there. He sends me videos and stuff. I got to sit there and go through the video. I want him to do it for me. No, not really, because I want to learn a skill. He talks about it all the time. If you learn it, I've learned a lot of skills off of him. I still got a lot more to go, but I'm not dead yet. And if I can keep with somebody like that, and you guys keep with somebody like this, and my people keep with somebody, my guys, I'm telling people what to do and everything now that I took for granted that I didn't know how, that Nick showed me. And I thought everybody knew how to do it, but all the people that I got now, I'm kind of being like Nick, and I'm telling you, you can be a mentor to anybody and everybody. These people, Vincent, he's signing. Well, he wanted to know about Nexus. He's in LiveGood. That's another thing I want to tell you. He is in LiveGood. He said, well, I want to put my LiveGood in there, and I don't have a second business. I told you guys this will happen. This happened to me on the phone. I'm on the phone with him and texting him. And I said, well, let me send you my link to Nexus if you want in there. He said, man, this looks awesome. He said, send me the link. I sent him a link. I said, hey, go ahead and sign up through the link, and we'll input that business right into your income stream number 3. So I just got a ding on my phone. I love them dings. I got it set to ding ding, when something like that comes. I call it money dings. And it dinged, and he just got in. So I'm going to work with him tonight after here. I got another guy we'll go work with too, because he's getting in. To get in the multi-level or multi-income funnel, I got 2 of them, and both of them are totally from traffic. They're not people I know. I've been talking to them for anywhere from 8 days to 4 days on the one. And just because I talked to him, like Nick said about his daughter, just be you. I made up my mind. I don't lie, and I don't tell somebody something that it's not true. If I understand it myself and stuff, I don't do that. But I made up my mind to put myself out there and to just be you. I didn't want to do that because I come from a poor background. When people starts asking you that and everything, I'm looking at it and I'm hearing people, you're not that much different where you come from than who you're talking to, and where they want, and where you are now, or where you want to be, where they want to be. So just be you, because it's working pretty good for me the last 5 years. So I just want to put that in there, Nick. You go ahead.
Thanks, Bob. So appreciative of you coming out, and I just making this real for a lot of people, because I think that people really don't understand, for the most part. This business can be very, very, very simple, and to speak to some of what Bob was saying, you can be as in and as out of the systematic way of building as you want to be. What I will say, the more in that you are, especially in the beginning, the faster things will move for you. And it could be as simple as sending a quick video, or even an email, or a text to somebody, because they're just not used to getting that. And you can scale your business much more quickly. So the point being is that when you have a system, you can decide how much you want to be in that system, and how hands-on you want to be. And we've got an amazing community. We've got people are always like a video away, or a post in Facebook away, or a question in Facebook away, or a call to the company away from getting the help that they need. So it's like we can, when we need to detach from it, we can detach from it and still grow a really successful business because it's a system. That even the community is a system. The help is system, right? Because they can call the company and get help that way. So, you can be as in and out of this business as you want to. And at certain times of your life, if you're on vacation or something, you can let the system be the system for you. And so that's the really, really cool part. What I'm going to do here, I know we've had you guys on here for a long time, and I don't mind speaking to you guys for a long time longer, but I want you guys to be able to get on your way and actually be doing, some business building stuff.
Nick, I got a question real quick before you go.
Absolutely. Who is this?
It's Jacob.
Jacob. How you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you?
Good.
So, let's say we find a local business, right, that's not online, and we cut a deal with them. Can we plug them into the system and like do that?
It depends. I don't know, in terms of like a local like brick and mortar business, is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, something like that. Where you know how like you cut them, you go in and talk to them like, hey, I got this funnel, I got this, that. It'll really help you build your business, and you cut it like a deal with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand where you're going, but I think that it really highly depends on what they do because the system is targeting a very specific, like, it's a broad demographic of people who want to build online businesses, but it's specific in that it's more like business opportunity. So like if
Oh,
I've
okay.
got like, a tire store or something, I this the system doesn't really have much to offer me because it doesn't make sense. Now, if you're approaching just other entrepreneurs and for a side income or something like that, knowing that they have an entrepreneurial background, that's different. They can run that separate from their tire store, for example, or whatever clothing store, or they run a pizza shop or whatever. But it's not like we can go to them with this and it's setting up funnel specific for them and that sort of thing. This is very specific to our niche. But our niche is
Okay.
huge, right? Within the scope of like business opportunity stuff is affiliate marketing and network marketing and business opportunity and tools and that sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, for most part, Jacob, I would say it doesn't make a ton. It's not going to help them, how you want to help them.
Hmm.
I would stick to people more interested in doing what we're doing.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Jacob, for being here. Appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem.
And so, but anyway, as I was saying, we can run this is being as in and as out as we want to be, and it's very systematic. And again, what I hope you guys got out of this is that we can really scale our businesses and run an entirely different kind of business now. We've got the foundation here to stabilize our income, and then we can build our exponential income. And if you missed all that early stuff from the beginning, you'll have to watch the replay. But I did want to show you because Bob mentioned a little bit ago, we've kind of served as like the beta testers because I don't recommend anything that I haven't gone out and tested and gotten results from and know how it works and been on the inside and talked to the company and all that sort of stuff. And so, Bob and I and then a smaller group of us went out and just to see what kind of results that we could get. And I want to show you what we've been doing here. So I am going to share my screen. And give me a wave if you guys are seeing my back office. Thank you. And so what you're looking at here this is my own personal business, but this is a screenshot of today. And as you can see here, I've had sales coming in since just after midnight. And the ones that I could capture, because it's as much as I could get on a screen grab on my phone, went to a little bit past noon, and they actually haven't stopped. I've actually got a couple on the phone here while we were on the phone. But the thing that I want this to show all of you is that I wasn't working at 12:41 a.m. I wasn't working at 8:47 a.m. I wasn't working at 11:14 or 11:30 or 11:32 or 12:19. All of those sales, I was sleeping for some of these. But I got up, I had real people stuff to do today. I got up and had to do some shopping, run some errands, and do a whole bunch of stuff. I didn't even open up my laptop until after this 12:19 sale. Might have been like 1 o'clock in the afternoon by the time I was done with my stuff and physically opened up my laptop. And this is what happened in my day because I have a systematic way to build an income outside of me being present in that income. And so, I wanted to show you guys that to show you what's happening. But I also wanted to show you what we've been doing as a team here. And Bob and I, this is the current leaderboard for the current contest they have going. And keep in mind, Bob and I have only been here less than 2 weeks. And we are currently right now number 1 and number 2 in that contest on that leaderboard. If you see number 4 there, that's the owner of the system. The owner of the system. And so if you guys want to know if it works and if it can work quickly, it can. Now, I don't show this to say that you guys are going to jump to number 1 on leaderboards and all this sort of stuff in 2 weeks if you're starting from scratch. I show you guys this to say if you start learning how this stuff works now and you build systematically, because if you go back through my history of building businesses online, I have always built with systems where I can wake up, I can have traffic running for me, whether it be through traffic or paid ads or media buys or whatever. I'm not a guy who sits and does reels all day and shorts and post content all day and all that sort of stuff. I post stuff when it's meaningful to me. But I want to get people to my business fast, and I want to get an email out or a social post or whatever I feel like doing that. I pretty much send an email every single day. I do reels and shorts and social and just to be present in the marketplace. And I do it when it's meaningful to me. But I want to get up. I want to have traffic running for me. I want to send an email, maybe make a post, and I want to support my team, and I want to go and do what I want to do. That's how I want to build my business. And so that's kind of what my skill set that I have to offer you guys. But I want you to know, by showing you this, I want you to know what's possible when you start plugging in and you let systems do the bulk of the work, and you take seriously, very seriously, 3 things: traffic, content, whether it be your emails or, posting stuff on social, YouTube, wherever you want to be. And when I say want to, post where you want to be, where you're going to be on a regular basis. But traffic, content, and supporting your team, like focus on those 3 things only. As an affiliate who's building a team-based business, you can do whatever you want with your life doing those 3 things. Don't get lost in all the guru shuffle, and you need to have this training and then this training and then that training and that, all of that stuff. I do some sort of marketing training on a daily basis because I like it. And when I say training, I listen to a podcast. That's how I do my training. But how that helps me is that when I do need to put out content, or when I do want to put out content, I don't have to think about it. It's like ingrained in me because I'm listening to it day after day after day after day after day. It's just in there, right? And so whether it be just me posting about, my own vision, my own personality and that sort of stuff, or some sort of, marketing thing, either way, it comes out easily because number one, it's either my own, pain or my own dreams, or it's this marketing that I've been, I read and I listen to podcasts because I like to. And so those are the things that fuel my content. So it's that simple. The traffic is simple because we're just buying it. The content, when you start plugging in and you actually make an effort to like learn something, even though most of the stuff is done for you, the content becomes easy. And then, just being a team person is just, instead of having what a lot of people do is they have a transactional business. And what that means is that, like, if I go to the store and I buy whatever, I buy groceries and then I leave the store, a transaction happened. But if you run your business trying to be transformational and help your team transform their life as you're transforming yours, those three things, will change everybody on this Zoom. It will change your life if you only focus on those three things. Ignore all the guru noise out there because there's a lot of it. They're going to tell you need this training and that training and this $1,000 and that 1,000 and this 250 and then all this other sort of stuff. You don't need any of it. You just listen to the free stuff that's out there. Let it soak into your brain. Have your own personality in your marketing. Make a list of when, my daughter started, I had her make and I actually did Bob do this recently too. Make a list of why you want to do this. Make a list of why affiliate marketing is appealing to you, why, and the things that, about building business are not appealing to you, and just start from there. Why do you want to do it? Why does it appeal from you? Why don't you, like, for my daughter, it was like, what is it about, like, knowing if you had to go to a job, for the next 40 years or 60 years or whatever, for 40 to 60 hours a week, why do you not want to do that? And what do you want to do with your life instead? That's all I had her do. And from there, every single day, she's been writing content, amazing, amazing content from, like, I gave her like 3 questions. And she hasn't, and she's also been like listening to, because she likes to learn the skills. She's been listening to the marketing the same as I listen to the marketing. And so over time, she's going to have more to talk about. But for now, from those 3 questions, she's had like endless content. And now as she starts building a team, she'll know from what I do how to support her team and all that sort of stuff, and how to plug her team into systems so the system can support her stuff. And that's it. That's all we do, and that's how to be successful.
And Nick, I think I was talking to. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Donnie.
What 3 questions?
I asked her what her why was. I asked her what appealed to her about affiliate marketing, and she actually came up with a list of things, like do and that don't, that she does want to do and that she doesn't want to do in business, right? And I also asked her about for her, she knew she didn't want to be in the job market for the next 40 to 60 years and do something she wasn't passionate about. But I asked her to come up with reasons, why is that? Why would you not want to be in that life for 40 to 60 years? And also, what would you want your life to be like? And I think that the question we don't ask, especially young people, enough, we always ask the question, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I think it's such a limiting question. Like, and it's always framed in the what do you want to be always means, what do you want your occupation to be? And I think from such a young age, we just limit our kids. And I've never asked my kids that question. I asked her, what do you want your life to be like? What do you want to wake up and have your day be like? And then reverse engineer the process of creating the income and time and freedom that you need to get there, instead of, what do you want to be? Well, I want to be, I don't know, I want to be a nurse. And then you figure out when you're 24 that you don't want to be a nurse, but you just spent $100,000 to be a nurse, and you're kind of trapped there, right? And so, I think it just starts with asking those better questions. What do you want your life to be like? And I ask myself that question all the time. It doesn't matter how old we've got people of all different ages on this Zoom right now. I don't care if you're 25 or 65 or 85 or anywhere in between. Ask yourself, what do you want your life to be like? And that will help you develop like a list of things that you want to do, that you don't want to do. Ask yourself why you want to be in affiliate marketing. What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? And just overall, you're down to the core, like why. And that will change too. Like a lot of people think that, when you ask them their why, it has to be this passion that's going to be the same passion that they have in, 20 years. But your why is gonna, for most people, it will change on a yearly basis if you are changing. And what I mean by that is if you are continually growing in who you are, your why this year is going to be different than it was last year. How you want to impact the world. I promise you, if you haven't experienced it yet, but as you grow in your own freedom, how you want to impact the world will change. And sometimes it'll change on a daily basis. And sometimes it's because you have the freedom to change it, right? And you didn't have the freedom to change it before.
Hey, thanks. That's what I needed.
Awesome. Thank you, Donnie. Awesome question, by the way. All right, everyone. If we don't have any more questions, I just hope you guys are excited. I am so excited about what's going on here. Rewatch. There's a replay for anybody asking. Rewatch the beginning, and as I go through the system and explain, what it is and how it benefits us in, I feel like, a gazillion different ways, in what we can do with our business. And I think we'll do more of this kind of stuff. If you guys like this kind of stuff, keep letting me know, and we'll get together as a group. And Mickey was posting, and I didn't see all of the chat, but I know he wanted to have these and even do like a results, to see how we're all progressing and what kind of results we're getting, and maybe some of the challenges we've come up with along the way too, so we can work through those together. I don't mind doing this stuff at all. If you guys are willing to show up and just be present and ask questions, every question, just ask it, and let's get you guys to where you want to be. I know we all want to be at certain places, and we're all on a journey to somewhere, but together we're all going to get there much more quickly. And I'm excited about how much more quickly this can do it for us. And so if there's no more questions, I'm going to end this thing, and I will have the recording out just as soon as I can have it out. So I'll give you guys like 5 seconds to pop out. If not, just give me a wave and we will be on our way.
Hey, Nick,
Yeah.
what you was talking about on that leaderboard, you guys, I was working all the time and I didn't even know I was on it. I didn't even know I was halfway up it or anything until Nick said, "Hey, have you checked the leaderboard?" And I said, "No." And he said, "You might go check it." I'm not kidding you. I was shocked because there is over 14,000 in the Facebook group. Like Nick said, this is about 3 years old. The system's about 3 years old, but they just kind of started this January, the 1st of January, to implement other people's businesses in it. I was like Nick. I was in with Mac one time, and I just didn't like the products, the businesses he had plugged in. So when Nick told me about this and we did this, so I think I was talking to one of the guys, one of the big guys in there, and I think, don't quote me on there, I think it's close to 9,000 since they opened this that's in there now. Besides the 14,000 from the old it's his Facebook group that he's had for a long time, so he kept that. But there's almost 9,000 members using this same system right now. And for that leaderboard to show that, I'm telling you, Nick will tell you too, there is a lot of big leaders in here, a lot of big ones coming in, I've seen too. And I'm not outing myself at all, I didn't even know it, but for me to be on number 2 and Nick be up there, it was a shock to me. But anybody can make it, because all I did was do exactly what I told you guys before. I reached out to people, putting on a couple posts, and then I thought, well, I need to start running traffic. And most of mine, besides a few of my LiveGood people, I ain't got all of them. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, and I think right now it's my Live Good people, and you know, I'm close to 100 in that group, group and stuff. But I'm just telling you, I've reached out the traffic. I keep going back to it. You got to get traffic. Boy, if you get traffic, you'll start getting some engagement and stuff. And when you get engagement, I said engagement, and stuff on your traffic and stuff. I'm telling you, look those people up. When you get those leads, that's a little secret I do. I take that and put it in Facebook. And sometimes you won't find them, but a lot of times they're all on Facebook. So I befriend them and then get into their message and say, hey, I seen where you seen the 21-minute video, on the new income funnel we have. What do you think? And I leave it at that. And that's how I've been getting a lot of them. Boy, they just start engaging. And like I said, I'm going to work with 2 of them after I get off here to get them in. Well, one of them already jumped in. He already done it, I seen. So I got to work with him, but he already jumped in. Now I got to plug his Nexus because he plugged that in too. So I'm just telling you, I'm like Nick, I've never seen really nothing like it. I've been waiting on something like this for Live Good for a long time. And I know, Stu, what you said, I've been out there looking for a system like this for Live Good. And if you find one, it's usually a team system. They just don't let you plug your business or even 2 businesses in, because I like working multiple businesses, a couple of them. I usually will pick out 2 and work at the same time just to keep up with them for the simple reason, like Nick, it's multiple income. I know if one goes down, I can rely on another one back and forth. But when he showed me this and I went in there, it's been something I've been looking for. And I thought, man, I got 2 of them. I'll just plug them in right now. And I was playing around with ads and stuff like that and getting a few engagement. I thought, I'll start me some traffic. And I have one source I thought I'd use my old source to start with. And I thought, man, from that time that traffic started, and I mean, it just started pushing in. And I think Nick's going to be putting that one in the site, maybe. What you talked about, but if he does put it in there, get it. It's good. It's good traffic, good clicks, and good engagement. I'm out. Thanks, Nick, for coming on.
All right, everybody. I will be out with that. But again, I'm so appreciative of you guys being here, of you guys wanting to grow, of you guys wanting to do, something special together. You wouldn't still be on this Zoom a couple hours later if you didn't have the heart and the desire, and just as for some of us, the need, to build something special, to do what we want to do with our own futures, because I believe we're all here to serve a certain group of people, and it's different for all of us. And the more people we can set free to do that, man, we can really, really have some impact. So thank you. I will definitely get this replay out as soon as I can. Appreciate all you guys, and I will speak with you soon. Take care.